don't want to sacrifice anything. And I get, what I'm left with after reading it, the example that they gave is one of the greatest men of all time. And you have to have a passion for what you're doing in order to sacrifice. I can't see making a move where I'm sacrificing family or income or location, any of those things, unless it's something I'm extremely passionate about. And for me, that's what it would take in order to sacrifice.
Works with mastery too. Takes a lot of sacrifice to learn to master something. You know, you can get to 80% pretty easy, but the details between somebody who's just good at something and somebody who truly is exceptional is that, you know, Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours kind of a concept. And I agree with many people. You have to pick and choose what you're willing to sacrifice for. I think it's interesting how there are a lot of people that got called into roles in a new organization, Trump administration, that had to give up leading large organizations that they'd worked their whole life to get to lead, that have to do things like give up a lot of their personal investments and stuff, but the country calls. And you begin to wonder, am I big enough? That if something came to me, or as was the case with John Maxwell, when he felt the calling to become with Equip and this whole leadership around the world thing, he had to give up his role as being a pastor of a church.
No, like he gave an example of Condoleezza Rice.
That was great.
Yeah, great example.
Yeah, that was a great example.
I think at every moment, we're always sacrificing something. Economics has a beautiful concept of opportunity cost. For example, right now, we have chosen to take this time to invest it into this mastermind. And the sacrifice we've made is the same time we could have been doing something else. We saw that this had the greater return on the time we invest here than if we were doing something else in the same time. So sacrifice, I believe, is in everything necessary to sacrifice all that you are for what you can become.
I think real sacrifice comes with the passion, the measure of passion you have to do or accomplish whatever you're accomplishing. But to make it sound and make it more workable, you have to draw a line where it should not become diminishing return on that sacrifice, like you said. It should reach to a point where you have to stop to see the measure. It's benefiting or it's going to hurt me, or all the efforts are going to be worthwhile. So, but sacrifice definitely required.
I always think for sacrifice, what are like the top 5 things that are probably going to get most sacrificed, or sacrificed the fastest? When are they going to get sacrificed? So for me, it's like opportunity cost, taking this leadership goal versus maybe spending more time with my family, or doing a hobby, or also just working on a business. So something inside a business, but maybe not in such a leadership role, maybe more of a kind of like a lonely writer role or something like that. So it's kind of balancing. Probably family life for me would be a big one. Possible money, and also probably just being able to write. To leadership a lot of times is dialogue based more than writing based.
I can give you my example, and I have a very strong example of myself on this law of sacrifice. When I came in this country in 1994, my background was medicine. It was a long process to get my license, to pursue that. I didn't have that much time. And I have 2 young kids. So I was exploring my options to do something. And I ran into the network marketing group, like you were talking earlier, MV. And I didn't know what the network marketing was and what the MV was. I was just approached by people, hey, you want to start your own business and this and that. And I said, oh yeah, I was looking. So anyway, well, that was my experience. But then I got into the sales because of them. That's a long story in short. You can read in my upcoming book this whole story, but I'm coming to the law of sacrifice. Then I started in car business, and everybody started laughing at me because I was not born here. I didn't have any friends, any family members who were looking for cars, and they said, "Are you kidding? How are you going to sell cars?" And I was thinking, yeah, that's a good thing. Wow, if they can do it, I can do it. Kind of, I'm going to do whatever it takes. So I didn't sacrifice my family or those things, but I did sacrifice a lot of things. Like I didn't have money. What else you can do? Nothing. You're broke. You're sitting at home, fighting with your kids and wives and all that. When you're frustrated, what are you going to do? So it's better to get out of the house.
Go earn something.
And everybody used to go 5 days a week at work and, car business. And I was in a Lincoln Mercury dealership. Think about that. How many people buy Lincolns and Mercuries, correct? Think about that. But within 3 months, I became the #1 guy there. And what I did is, today I'm telling the secret to all of you, but it's going to be in my book. But you are my inner circle. I started going every Sunday. Sunday all the dealerships are closed. And you know how many window shoppers, they go there and look for the used cars and these cars in the lot, not to be bothered by the sales guy. I used to go in my short or in my jeans, and as a smoker, I used to watch that this couple walk 5 times around this car. It means that's the car they want. And then I used to walk there, "Hey, how you doing, guys? Hey, I don't want to bother you. It's a nice car, but I'm just waiting for one of my buddy. I just want to give you my card. If you like it, please call me. I work here." And I used to spread 20 to 25 cards every Sunday in 3 hours. Right? Now, the whole problem with me was, there was a guy, his name was, I can tell you, Alex Soifer, who was the #1 sales guy there for a long time. And they used to treat him like God. He used to sell 16 cars a month, but he was #1 guy. He has his own parking spot right at the door. He has the best demo in those days.
Right,
Yeah, every 4 months he used to get the best demo, like a Mercury or Lincoln or all that. And here I am, people, they know that he doesn't know anybody. Second month, people are walking in entire week. We want to see Faz. Those 25 cars, you get at least 6, 7 people out of that. Because those guys were browsing on those cars, okay? So now out of 6, 7, you got 3, 4 cars sold, all right? So 4 weeks, 16, I got him. All right? Then I thought that who buys Lincoln? Who buys Lincoln? All old people. What time they get up?
Early, 5.
Because they go to bed at 6:30.
Right. They get
So,
up at 5
so if they need a service, they are the first people. 7:30 they want a free coffee and newspaper to read so they can get their car fixed early morning.
Right.
Dealership opens at 9, but service opens at 7:30. I start going at 7:45. Sales department is closed. I'm sitting in service, drinking free coffee with them. I'm talking, "Hey, well, I got this. Oh, wow, that's a nice car, but you have to upgrade now and this and that. And let's take a walk." So we are walking in the lot. Dealership is still closed. And I already sold the car before they opened, 9 o'clock. My manager comes in. I said, "I'm writing a deal. He's trading in this car and I got this." 3 months later, he was at 16 and I was at 19.
Nice.
4th month, he sold 16 again, I had 21. Wow. Now the owner and general manager called me in their office and they said, "Faz, we love you, man, but we have to ask a question. You told that you are totally brand new in this country." I said, "Of course I am. You want to see my passport or green card or what do you want to see?" He said, "So how the heck these people are coming and asking for you?" I said, "Because I spread my cards, I go to grocery stores. I didn't say that I'm coming."
You don't want to give away that secret. All
I
the
didn't want to
salesmen.
give them, and they said, "That's not possible. I've been in this business for 32 years, man. I never saw that." I said, "Maybe you didn't know how to approach. I do." But literally 14 months later, I asked them that I want to leave now because I got a better offer from Acura dealership and I want to make a move. They said, "Faz, we don't want to let you go. What do you want?" I said, no, it's not. It's just I want to move on to the next brand. This brand is dead. You can't go more than 22 cars. Because in Lincoln,
Yeah.
22 cars is the max you can sell. The God max, whatever you do. Because you can't find more old people.
You don't get much repeat business either. You're not gonna get repeat business.
So, yeah, that is, most of the time they used to say, "This will be my last car." I say,
I will be
"This
probably
seems to be
right."
old people, 80-year-old.
Yeah.
So those kind of, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna make a move to say, so my owner called me in his office and he said, "Before you leave, can you tell that secret? How the heck you got all these people? How you knocked out this Alex Soifer, who was ruling here for 10 years? I said, "Pete, did you have any problem if I sold cars?" He said, no, I'm happy, man. I'm excited and I'm gonna miss you. I said, better you just keep it secret. So people are gonna read in my book now what I did. So same thing happens. I mean, you have to sacrifice. I was out while people were enjoying watching football games, and I was in that sun, sitting in the corner, smoking and walking and giving my cards. But it did work. And what happened, my wife initially used to say, "What is that? The kids want to stay here home on Sunday." I said, "Honey, without money, it's no fun." 2 years later, I was filthy rich in that business. And we had best vacation any car sales person ever had. We traveled Europe, we traveled everywhere, wherever we wanted because we had money. So you have to sacrifice. And I did it. So you have to give up to go. It's a trade-in. The best part is you trade in a smaller value and get the higher value thing. That kind of sacrifice. It doesn't take your personal stuff out of you.
That's a great story.
So that's you will read in my book. So that's the law of sacrifice. So learning the law of sacrifice, a leader must give up to go. Living the law of sacrifice, there is no success without sacrifice. Leaders are often asked to give up more than others. The heart of leadership is sacrifice. It's doing what is best for the team. You must keep giving up to stay up. That's the key of success. You can be successful, you can become a leader accidentally, but to sustain it, keep it, takes a lot more sacrification than when you get there. Just to keep it. Sacrifice is not like a one-time payment, like I mentioned. It's an ongoing process. You must maintain an attitude of sacrifice or turn around their team. The higher level of leadership, the greater the sacrifice. If you are enjoying success today, someone has gone before you and paid the price.
I'd like to ask something on this.
Yes.
Did you feel you were sacrificing when you did that?
Mm.
That word sacrifice is.
I have to see, I mean, I was trading in my comfort with uncomfort kind of thing. Because of my background, like I said, I was a doctor, and in my culture, once you are like a surgeon, you are making tons of money, you got servants to do your things, you got maids and nannies at your home, kind of,
Right.
That's a culture there, it's not a new deal. But here, my wife used to cry every day because he never cleaned the dishes here. He never vacuumed the floor, but now she was vacuuming the floor. So we had servants to do all that kind of stuff. And here I was, I never bought, I mean, honestly, I never, ever, ever in back home did a grocery.